Hey, welcome back to the Hostman Lending Group podcast. My name is Austin,
Susie.
and this is Hezzy. Hey.
Hey.
He's going to eat the mic if you let him. This is our son. He's probably the time you're watching this. He's 1 year old. He's hanging out with us at the video. You'll also see him throwing stuff over here too. But we're excited to have you guys on. Today we're talking about hard money loans, how to get, not how to just get hard money loans, but particularly a unique way and strategy for if you're using a hard money loan for your fix and flip property, how you can do that entire deal with none of your money down, none of your personal money leaving your account. So we'll talk about that and what that looks like. And so essentially, if you are an investor and you're going after a fix and flip property, 9 times out of 10 for that property, you're going to use a hard money loan. You're going to use a hard money loan for the rehab and for the purchase, or vice versa. I've seen people just use it for one or the other.
Yep.
But the beautiful part is the problem that investors run into, where this is a really great, unique solution, is that they either use the hard money loan for for acquiring the property. They put down their own finances that they've saved up for the gap funding for the down payment for the hard money loan, but they have no money left over for renovations. Or vice versa, they have the hard money loan that covers the price plus the renovation, but at the same time, they're stuck trying to figure out, how do I put this money, or do I find the money for the down payment on hard money loans? And so what a lot of people don't realize is there is a strategy where you can get 20, 30, 40, $50,000 in 0% interest that you can use for your gap payment for your hard money loan, for that down payment. And so let's talk about that.
Yeah, so essentially, like you mentioned, it's a super nice hack in the sense that you don't have to put any of your money up front.
Yeah.
You just have to have good credit. So let's talk about that a little bit more. So there's this idea and concept of getting 0% business credit cards using your LLC and using your good personal credit. So you have to have, at least a 720 and above, strong credit profile, meaning you have credit cards, you've been paying on time, all that good stuff.
Attention?
So if you combined your LLC and you combined your good credit, we can help you acquire 0% business cards that are high limits. And
He's interested. Talk to him.
and by high limits, we mean 25, 50, 75, just one card. And so we had a client recently do this exact strategy and it works, right? So essentially we got her $75,000 at 0% from Chase for 12 months.
0%, brother.
So it's a 12-month 0% business credit card that will not report your personal credit. So if you rack it up with, debt, whatever, it's not going to impact your personal, which is amazing, right?
Yeah.
And so we got her 75. She was super excited. And then we also taught her how to liquidate.
Yes.
Right. And so liquidate meaning just take the money out of the card, right? Yeah. Because obviously it's a credit card. You can go to the ATM and try to take money out, but they're going to hit you with like 22% at cash advance fee. Like that defeats the purpose, right, Hezzy? So we taught her how to liquidate. So essentially she was able to liquidate, I think, 30K, and she found a property.
Nice.
Okay, the properties in Indiana. So obviously the properties aren't that expensive as you would have them in like California.
Yeah.
We're in California, so it's a little bit different here. So she got the property for like 70, and the down payment with reserves and things like that, it was like close to 20.
Yeah.
20K. And so she literally funded her deal without any of her cash.
Nice.
Using this exact strategy. So she put the 20 down. She got the hard money. She fixed the property up. She flipped it. And now with the proceeds, right, the money that she's going to make off the property, she's going to pay down the credit card. And voila, rinse and repeat. Do it all over again.
Yeah, it's actually really amazing that, so there's a couple of things you covered really fast. And I want to slow down just to make sure everyone has time to really soak it in and understand, because you might have said some stuff that they kind of speed ran, that it just flew over their head. Because we
Mm-hmm.
talk about it all day. We help investors all the time. So it's good to break it down. So a couple of things. Number one, yes, you can get a high limit business credit card if your personal credit is optimized and you have a solid LLC. And you can get 0% for 12 to 18 months, which is more than enough time if you're doing a hard money loan, because your hard money loan is not going to go longer than that anyway.
Yeah.
So it's a perfect match as far as funding style. Number two, 0%. By the time you're finished with that money and you put it back, you'll still have time left over on your term, which is great because
Yep.
then you've essentially learned how to use other people's money. And that's the greatest thing you can do as an investor, playing this game of fix and flips.
Yeah.
Number two or number three, the beautiful thing about this strategy is, yes, you can liquidate business credit cards effectively, and you can liquidate them in a way where there'll still be some form of a payment or a fee, but it is a lot lower than a traditional hard money loan or a traditional gap funding type of loan, anything to that capacity. And so,
Right.
if you're an investor trying to figure out how can I use 100% of someone else's money to acquire fix and flips and grow and scale your portfolio, this is fantastic. Why this is also great is because you might be a cash flowing investor. Your properties are doing well. You're getting a return on your investment. You're seeing great margins, but your money is locked up deal to deal. And as the more deals that come, you go, you know what, I can't do another deal because I need this property to close out
Yeah.
because I don't have the cash or liquid necessary to
Yeah.
acquire that next property or to jump into the next hard money loan. And so that's what makes this strategy essentially extremely effective. It partners well with hard money loans in the fix and flip space
Yeah.
because it's extremely versatile, like you just shared.
Yeah. Absolutely. That was good breakdown right there.
So so for example, if you are an investor and you're like, you know what, we work with investors all the time if they need long term, if they need rental property or investment property loans that where they're intending on having a renter in their full time. We help them with DSCR loans, which is the best product for investors. But if you're like, you know what, I do a lot of hard money loans, I do a lot of fix and flips, but my cash is locked up, or I'm tired of using my money because if there's a delay in the deal or something
Yeah.
happens, this process or this method could be something that's extremely effective for you.
Yep.
And so if you're interested in working with us, we've helped countless real estate investors acquire these type of funds so that they can do exactly what we're talking about, for their investments and continue to grow their portfolio. If you're interested in that, you want to learn more of what that looks like, and if you apply, if you qualify for our program, go ahead and click the link in the description below and apply to work with us, or shoot us an email at info@wholesomelendinggroups.com, saying fund my deal, or leave a comment in the description below. Either way, we'll get back to you and we can see if, based off your situation, your personal credit profile, your LLC, what type of funding are you available for, so that we can help you secure it so you can continue to grow and get more properties and get those deals. And we'll post some of the testimonials we have on this page, but feel free to check us out on our website. We also have a completely another channel called Wholesome Financials, where we talk a lot about this strategy, and how well it benefits real estate investors. So much so, this channel kind of birthed out of all of the real estate
Clients.
transactions
Yep.
and clients that we've acquired throughout working in this industry. And so it's a great product for real estate investors. And so, so if you have a hard money loan, it is possible to use 0% business credit, primarily focusing on high limit business credit cards to access to liquidate, so that you can have that for your deals and use it for gap funding. So, did
Good
you learn
stuff.
something today, buddy?
He learned a lot. He wants to buy his first property.
That's what you heard. That first words. All right. So with that said, it's time to move to the personal side of the podcast. If you're brand new, if you're watching this for the first time, every time, or most of the time, 90% of the time, when we're done with an episode, we have a part or a portion where we just kind of talk about ourselves, our lives, um, We call it the behind the business section of the podcast. And so today's behind the business is another hotel review. We like to travel as a family. We're depending on who you compare yourself to, we're well traveled. Depending on who you compare yourself to, we haven't traveled at all. But for us, we've traveled a lot, and we're super excited about the experiences that we've had. The one I want to recap is an unlikely one, which is a review on a Hyatt property called in Indian Wells.
Yeah.
Hyatt. I don't know if it's a Regency, but
I'm
it's
not sure, but
Hyatt Indian
it's a
Wells.
good one.
And so what was your feedback on that property? Just so you know, it's out near Coachella Valley, Southern California. Extremely hot place. A lot of people go out there, obviously, for the concert, Coachella, stuff like that. But Indian Wells also hosts famous tennis tournaments, things like that. But when we went, it was fantastic because they have like a water park on the property, which is great. And as usual, every time we go to a high property, we always get upgraded. Not because we're cool, just because something normally happens. They see we got little kids, they want to accommodate us, and the Most High just blesses us like that. And so we got a bunch of stuff that happened. A bunch of stuff happened that trip. But what was like your takeaway, or your experience from that trip?
It was. I remember it being super super hot, and
We did go in the summertime around June, I think.
yeah, it was a couple days before my birthday, I think. Um, and it was hot, and then our AC broke, and they upgraded us to the bungalows, which means that to get to the bungalows, now you have to take like a golf cart, like like the bellman has to take you and your bags to.
Yeah, you can't walk.
No.
It's too far.
It's too far. So and then you gotta like call every time you want to leave your room so that you can come back to like the main site and like the pool and stuff. So it was super cool. And then we got a mansion pretty much. And I mean, this thing was huge, like 3 bedrooms, kitchen, huge living room. It's our own backyard jacuzzi with barbecue. I mean, that was insane. Like that right there. And then I remember asking for like, oh, like, can I have some water? Usually Hyatt will give you like 2 water bottles a day. Otherwise you got to buy them. And I was like, hey, can I just have one? And they're like, sure. And they brought like a whole 24 case of bottled waters. And I'm like, oh shoot. Like, okay.
Yeah.
So that was
phenomenal.
super cool. And then of course the water park, like they had a big old thing for not just kids, honestly, adults. Like I was pretty stoked to get on like the slide. It was like super high, and I was like having a really good time going down the slide.
It had like a little lazy river. No, it was fantastic. And so for full awareness, when we booked our hotel room, we booked a suite. And so it had like a living room and a bedroom. And we booked it. We wanted to spend a lot of time. It wasn't too far of a drive from us. It was kind of like a staycation, but we wanted the water park feature, and it was fantastic. And so obviously, because it was a staycation, we drove our car. And so staying at Hyatt properties or hotel properties are great, but parking, there's so many little fees that adds up. But because our air conditioning broke, you'll hear that a lot when we talk about Hyatt reviews. We got upgraded to the bungalows. They covered our parking, and they gave us like a $200 voucher for like breakfast or something. And they had an on-site like store, convenience store that was open till like 11. But the coolest part, I think, was the fact that we had like a personal. It wasn't a butler, but we had like a personal guy who was there for our every whim. If we needed something delivered, if we need to get picked up, we need to go to the car, we need to go to the main area where the pool was at. They would pick us up, and then they would drive us over. Yeah, it was awesome. But the lazy river was legit. The splash pads were legit. Yeah. We had a great time. I think we were there for 2-3 days, maybe.
I think it was like
3 days, 2 nights, maybe.
Yeah, 3 days, 2 nights.
Yeah, it was phenomenal. And so, highly recommend. Like you said, the lazy river, the little water park thing was off the chain.
Yeah, absolutely. I definitely want to go back one day. I don't know.
Yeah, but I mean, yeah, and that's when we get upgraded. Like they kind of gave us ample compensation because like we had a suite, it had an outside balcony.
Yeah,
it was like it had outside seating, so it wasn't too big of a like a jump, right? We didn't have like a regular room.
No,
Like
no.
they were like, hey, we're all booked up, so we'll just put you in the presidential suite. And I think that's essentially what it was called. It was called the presidential suite potentially.
Yeah, I mean, I guess that's where celebrities stayed. Like in our particular,
Yeah, he was saying a bunch of celebrities have
have
stayed
stayed
there.
in like the
It's
one that
to
we
the point
stayed.
where I looked online. You can't book that room normally.
No,
Just like in the browse selection, you got to call and make a special request. I don't know how much the room cost to this day.
it's well over like a 1400,
I'm gonna
1500.
call, and if I could find it, I'll put it in the video and add it up there. But yeah, it was fantastic. So Hyatt, I think it's Hyatt Regency. It might not be a Regency, but the Hyatt in Indian Wells resort or park, whatever you call it, phenomenal, awesome, awesome. Big hotel fans, big Hyatt fans, as most people that use credit card points are. But it was awesome. It was one of it was definitely my favorite. It was the only staycation we've really done,
Yeah,
and it was my favorite one to date. It was legit. So you'll see a lot of the pictures, us heading to the pool, things like that. But it was awesome. It
yep.
was really cool. So anyway, that's behind the business. That's us and the family. We appreciate you guys tuning in for this video and stick around. We'll see you in the next one.